Right, so we have had 5 days of non-stop rain, and as you can see, remember this? I streamed this like a week ago, and now it's all growing back. Just a quick update with my vegetables. So the lettuces and beetroot, basically the spring vegetables, are very happy with all the water it's getting. However, just a quick look, my sweet potato and my zucchini are not happy with all the rain. So since there isn't much happening in my garden, I thought I would take you for a walk. If you've been watching my video and following my channel, you might have noticed there is a major improvement in the quality of this video. For the past 12 videos, if you've watched my first couple that I made, I mentioned I've been using my old phone to record those videos. A phone that I call a potato phone, because if I use a real potato, basically it produces the same quality of videos. And that's why I call it a potato phone. But one of my subscribers, aka my brother, have very kindly gifted me a new camera, a Osmo Pocket 4. It was one of my goals that once I got monetized, I would get one. Thank you to my brother James for gifting me this. I really appreciate this expensive gift, and you have no idea what it means to me, so thank you very much. And I don't really deserve the kindness, you know, because I have been not the best brother. Anyway, yeah, thank you. It means everything to me that you support anything that I do. So yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I thought I would take you guys for a walk to see what's around me. So this is the road that leads to my house, and I'm gonna take you down this road, just a little loop around, and we can have a chit chat as well while we're here. This is one of my neighbor's house. They are not here most of the time of the year. People told me they are travelers, so they only come here like 2 to 3 months of the year. So I've never met them. I've seen them a couple of times, but I never spoke to them before. Their house is on the left. Let me see, I can show you their house. If they don't mind that, I don't think there's anybody there. So this is their house. You can see there was the old part of the house. The white section is the old part, and then the rest of the new part. They've never, as far as I know, they've never finished it. But they do live in there every now and then. And they are actually selling the house. I don't know how much they're selling it for, but my landlady told me that they are trying to sell the house. The house actually comes with quite a big piece of land, and it also has a brand new building at the back of the field somewhere, which I will show you when I walk past. So yeah, I don't know if you're looking to move to Portugal, maybe this is something you might be interested in. So as you can see, all around me, it's just all green, and it's pretty much like this all year round. It's a really beautiful place to live, and hence the reason I'm living here. Because, you know, I am not very keen living in the cities. I've lived in the city before, and I'm just not very keen with crowds and people all around me I prefer my own space. I prefer peace and quiet. And also when you live in a city, you can't grow your own food. Yeah, so this to me, it's like a paradise. I'm sure to people who live in the city, they probably think that, you know, I'm crazy to live out in the middle of nowhere. By the way, as I said, this is a new camera, so I'm still trying to figure out how to use this camera technology. It's amazing. This camera is amazing. So this is where I'm going, and that's the main road, and this is where I just came from. So right over here there's a split road. I wanted to, so that's where I want to go. Let's go back to my house. But if I remember right, this road leads to a house with a huge vegetable garden. So I'm gonna walk this way first. I don't remember how far away it is, so hopefully it's not too far. There's tons of rubbish here because this is where the bin used to be, and somehow it's now over there. There's people dumping rubbish here because we're in the middle of nowhere, so people just start dumping rubbish. What is that in there? What is this? Oh look, it's really old seats. Yeah, I don't think I need that. So let's see what this road leads to. By the way, if you're thinking that I'm a bit rough looking because I haven't shaved, well, basically I'm trying to grow a beard, you know. Trying is the word. I think both my grandpa has got beard. I just really like facial hair. I'm not sure if I got any facial hair, but I'm trying to think that if I don't shave long enough, my face will start getting a bit more hairy. Hopefully that will work. I mean, it's getting better, to be honest. I've been trying to grow that beard for a while, you know, but hopefully, I don't know whether it works. Hopefully by next year, the end of this year, I'll have some proper facial hair. So I'm coming to this house. I think this is the house with the amazing garden. I am just hoping that they don't have a big Estrela dogs. So I am in the Serra de Estrela area in Portugal, and in this area they're famous for these huge Estrela dogs. They're like German Shepherd on steroid, basically. The huge sheepdog, they're working dogs. They were bred to protect the herds. So most farmers, if you come to see them, most sheep farmers, they will have a couple of them. And oh, there is, hold on, just was saying. So that, okay, that's an Estrela dog. They look really scary because they're huge. But some of my friends has them too. They're actually a big softie. They are, you know, they love cuddles and they love fusses. Anyway, yep, I come to the farm. Let me just show you this amazing farm. So I just passed the house, that's the entrance. They have 2 lines of vines, and then they have these, I actually don't know what these are. Do you know what these are? They look like plums. Well, if you know what these are, comment below. And then they have cabbages, I believe there's carrot there. Let me zoom in a bit. Then there is broad beans, peas. These down here, I believe, potatoes. And then next to it, I don't know what these are. They look like sweet potatoes. I have no idea. And then these the cabbages, sweet corn, more potato maybe, and then more sweet corn. And then down here, I think this could be a sunflower. And then I think there's some peppers in here. But this is amazing. Yeah, I think that's another sunflower. I think that's a sunflower down here. And then more cabbages. And they have tons and tons of potato. I don't know, I don't think they are growing for their own consumption, because this is a lot of potatoes. And there are cabbages down here. Ooh, look at the strawberries. Can you see the strawberry fields? Look at the amount of strawberries they have. Holy moly. And then they have onions. Wow. Look at the potatoes. Like seriously, these people are amazing. Portuguese people are very, very good at farming. Like most of the farms has tons of vegetable like this. I mean, this is like my dream house. I mean, not my dream house. This is like my dream farm, to have this much food to be growing in the farm. I mean, their soil looks really dry, and yet all the vegetables are growing. This is very, very impressive. Like, I am very impressed with the amount of food here. I don't know if they use fertilizer or just water, but wow. I don't know these people. I mean, I would love to ask them for some advice on how to grow vegetables, but it looks like the house is empty, and plus I don't want to feel like just some creepy people walking past their house and filming their garden. So I can see the dogs are not happy with me being here. Hello. You all right? Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the dog is happy with me walking past by. So now I'm just walking back towards my house and going down to the other path. And I want to show you this unfinished house that maybe you'd be interested in buying. So talking about houses, if you're thinking about moving to Portugal, I think one of the biggest mistakes that people, when they think about coming to Portugal, is to buy lots of land. And yes, in Portugal, there's tons of lands available, especially while I'm here in north central Portugal. In the rural inland area of Portugal, there is tons of land available, and for a very, very low price. But what they don't realize is that there is a law that you have to manage your land. So people might come over here and get like, I don't know, 12 hectares of land and thinking it's a great idea, when in fact, if you don't have the machineries, you don't have the time, the manpower, it is almost impossible to manage those that size land. And also in Portugal, wildfire, it's a serious problem, and hence there was a law that you need to manage your land. In the summer, nearly every summer that I've been here, there was a massive fire. Last year, the fire was so big, it was uncontrollable. I mean, you can see all around Portugal has got tons of trees, tons of forests all around us. I mean, let me just look at this. Just look at this area. It's just all trees, right? So if this sets on fire, it would just burn forever. So yeah, so if you're thinking about coming to Portugal, moving to Portugal, you know, consider not buying too much land unless you really need it. Like if you're thinking about having cows or sheep, fair enough, because they will manage the land for you. Otherwise, you know, too much land is not always good. All right, so I'm back to this junction. That's the main road. That's where I just came down from, where the amazing garden was. And now I'm just going to walk down this dirt road. If I can control where the camera is looking. Okay, where is it? Okay, here we are. Whoops. Hello. Right, okay, here we are. So I'm gonna come down this dirt road and show you one of the houses that is behind where I'm living, and it has never been finished. I think the story was that so the house I showed you before, so these travelers has bought this land and they kind of built a big house, but they didn't have enough funding to finish. So at the moment it's just a shell, but it's a very good concrete shell, I would say. Hey look, somebody just dumped a mattress here. Maybe this area is for sale, I don't know.
A B&B, air or regular.
It's so nice and green around here. So we can see from this shot, you see the roof, that's the house where the traveler lived, the one I showed you earlier. So we are right at the back of that house. Portugal has these huge rocks everywhere. I mean, not as much as the border between Spain and Portugal, but these huge granite rocks, amazing. This road leads me to this house. It looks abandoned maybe, but I know somebody live in there. I've never seen, I don't know who lives in there, but I know this is not an abandoned house. But as you can see, these stone houses are very common in Portugal. I'm just going to quickly walk past this house in case there's somebody in there. I don't want to be the nosy neighbor that comes around and you know, but yeah, I think it's a pretty old house. Anyway, let me just follow this road, this path to the other house. Okay, can you see that big house at the end of the path with the concrete roof? Well, that's the house I'm trying to get to now. All right, so this house, I don't know how long it's been built and how long it's been in this condition, but judging by the size of the pine tree around it, I think it might have been like this for a while. So this is totally abandoned and empty and unfinished. But if you decided to buy that traveler's house I showed you earlier, this house also comes with it. It looks like they're gonna put a garage here as a garage door. Let me go around and I can show you. I mean, I've never been inside, maybe. I don't know what's inside, but you know what? Let's go in together and explore. I really hope that this house is not haunted. I mean, it shouldn't be since there's nobody living here. And I'm not exactly trespassing because nobody lives in here. Okay, I was gonna go through that, but there's a lot of brambles. And you know me, I hate brambles. So let's go through, I think what looks like should be the front entrance. Right. Right, as you can see, this building is made out of breeze blocks. So it's not the traditional granite house you would expect. The entire house is made of breeze blocks. That is the garage door, I assume. And the roof is concrete roof. There is no, I mean, we saw earlier there is upstairs, but there's no staircase to upstairs yet. I mean, it's a pretty big house. I mean, I'm not very good with the size, but I would say, I don't know, 15 meters by 10 meters. And then there are 2 floors. And it's pretty good structure too. Anyway, so yeah, this is all there is in this house. Is all empty. I mean, at nighttime when you look across the road and see this house, it looks kind of spooky because there's no window. It's always pitch black. But you know, during the daytime, it's actually not that bad. So let's get out of this place and I will take you up to the mountain and see the gorgeous view here. So just across the way you can see the barn. That's my barn. But all the way around it's just hills and mountains and green areas. So there you go. If you are thinking about if you're looking for a house in Portugal, this could be a possible house that you can live in. So let's continue on down this path back to the main road. Now in Portugal here, there are tons of these called bushes, is that what they call? So apparently they produce these really hairy little seeds, and these seeds can stay underground for I don't know, something like 10 years, 20 years. And they basically taken over everywhere in Portugal. And if you ever buy a house or piece of land in Portugal, you will see they're absolutely everywhere. And you just can't get rid of them. And they would take over your land if you don't, try to get rid of them. And you can't just cut them. You have to pull them out with the roots. Otherwise, they will just keep coming back. These are nightmares. They do produce beautiful yellow flowers. You can still see some yellow flowers, and the whole area turns this golden yellow color. It's really, really pretty. But at the same time, you don't really want them in your land. So that's the abandoned house we've just been to. This land also comes with this barn here. Let me just zoom in. There's the barn. I don't know what's in there. The roof condition looks pretty bad, so that might need replacing. I think they used to keep animal in there. I'm not sure. So anyway, let's continue on. That's the main road that goes to my house. We're just gonna pop up to the top of the hill where the two doggies live, because that gives us the best view of this area. So here we are, back to the main road. There is one of these really old water pump. Wait, let me see. There you go. I don't think this is functional. It's probably been here for hundreds of years. But if you follow my Instagram, I love taking photos. You might have already seen that. Oh, look, the neighbors they've done a good job clearing this area. Can you hear there's a river? There's a tiny little river down here. Hey, it looks so much better. This is all open up. So there's not much water here, but during the rainy season, this becomes a big river. I don't think there's any fish in there. I don't know. I don't really come down this end. And there is their little house. So this house belongs to my neighbors up the top where the two doggies live. I think he only used it as a storage area. Anyway, let's go up this hill. I'm sure the two doggies is here. Why, we almost reached the top and I'm getting out of breath. Jeez, I really need to do some exercise because I'm getting really unhealthy. Right, look who's here. He's a little shit. Yep, there he is. So this doggy, the two that comes down to my garden every single day, if you've been watching my video, you know who they are, because they're almost in my video every single time. This, let me see. This is where they live. It's a pretty nice house, to be honest. I won't mind living in this house. So now I got a companion. Where is he? He's gonna follow me all the way now. Anyway, so I'm just going to go around this corner to show you the view up here. I think it's gorgeous, especially today with a cloudy day, a bit of wind. Right, just give me a second. Ooh, holy moly. Right, I think we're high up enough. Let me show you the amazing view from up here. So this is the road, and if I just turn around, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Imagine living in this house, and that's the view you look at every single day. And it's just so peaceful and quiet. And that is what I love so much about Portugal. There is just so much green area. Every time I watch videos with people who live in a city, that you're surrounded by people and the concrete jungle and you hardly see any greens in the videos. I mean, I don't know, I can't live like that. For me and my personally, I'm sure a lot of people love living in the city because of the people and the convenience. But for me, I just can't. Like, I just love to be in the nature so much. I love to be surrounded by the green and the flowers and the trees. And it's just so peaceful up here, you know. But, you know, you do you, I do me. I am actually more of an introvert person. So, if in case you don't know, so doing a YouTube channel is actually a really challenge for me. I mean, this is my 13th videos, and I still find it pretty awkward talking to a camera. It's like I prefer to be not talking and just be quiet and just enjoy my surrounding. I don't think, especially people in the city, I don't think we have enough kind of peaceful, quiet time. Right, let me just climb on this rock and sit here for a second. This is what life is about, you know. Sometimes we just have to pause for a second and enjoy life. Right, so let's head back and do some editing. I'm sorry if this video is a bit random. There were just not much happening in the garden right now. Like I said, we have had 5 days of non-stop rain, and all I need to do is some weeding. I know there are other ways that you can stop weeds coming up. There are many other methods, such as some farmers use these black plastic sheets. They lay the black plastic sheet and grow stuff on it that will stop weeds coming up. But I think we've got enough plastic in our life. I don't think we need any more plastic to be in our food, to be honest. So I don't want to use that. There is another method, it's to mulch, which I have done a bit. So mulching is also an effective method of stopping weeds coming through. But as far as I know, if you are using straws like I am, it needs to have a minimum of 3 inches thick. So I haven't got that much straws in the barn, so I didn't do that. So the weeds are coming up. And then obviously for the commercial farmers, they will use herbicide to kill the weeds, which is not what I want. Hold on. Hello, doggy. You know me. What's going on, huh? You were sleeping. You didn't even know I'm here. There's 2 crazy dogs. Yes. You 2 crazy dogs. Anyway. Where were we? Weeding, yes. Yeah, I don't enjoy weeding the most, but it's something that you have to do. It's just part of growing your own food. You know, the reason I grow my own food, I mean, like my goal of growing my own food, how do I say? Okay, let's start again. So there are probably 2 main reasons why people want to grow their food. One is to reduce the cost of grocery. I don't know if you feel it, but grocery prices are going up higher and higher, and it's just ridiculous. 50 euro, you used to get a lot of food, and now 50 euro, you barely get anything. Remember during the pandemic, all the grocery prices went up, and they said that after the pandemic they will bring them back down. Yeah, well, that never happened. And in fact, it went up and up and up and up. So since I've been growing my own vegetables, I have actually managed to reduce the spending of vegetables. I mean, I still buy carrots and potato because they are pretty cheap to buy, and because I eat a lot of carrots and I eat a lot of potatoes, I will have to grow a lot in order to supply me enough potato to eat and carrots, so it's not worth it for me to grow. Second reason for people to grow their own food that you grow yourself, it's definitely fresher and healthier. Commercial farming, obviously they are profit driven, so they will have to do whatever they can to make sure the crops survive. That includes using lots of herbicides or chemical fertilizers to make them look all nice and big. So whatever they're using, I believe it goes into the food that we eat. And any food that says organic in the supermarket, honestly, I don't believe any food can be organic if they were grown commercially. The only food that is organic is when you forage wild grown food, like the wild herbs or wild berries. They are truly organic. Otherwise, I don't believe any commercially grown food can be organic. So 2 reasons people grow their own food is to reduce the grocery bills and to have fresher, healthier vegetables. For me, both reasons apply. You know, there's a $1 million question whether growing your own food actually save money. Well, I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you until the end of this year, because I do record all the vegetables or the food that I have grown. I weigh them, and I also recorded all the expenses that goes into growing your own food. I try to do anything and everything at 0 to minimum cost. I mean, I am not a rich person. I am actually pretty poor. I'm not afraid to say, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I think everybody is struggling at the moment, not just me. And I'm very happy that I've got a piece of land I can grow my own food, because I can imagine a lot of people who live in a city or who live in an apartment who doesn't even have a garden or have anywhere to even to have the opportunity to do that. I really appreciate where I am and what I have. Just want to quickly show you my next door neighbor's garden. Next to my neighbor's garden or farm area is the barn where I've shown you before. I haven't had much time to do anything with it yet, and as you can see, it is really overgrown. So I will need to do some trimming first so I can get to the entrance, and I will probably do something about it next week. Anyway, so yeah, sorry, I'm just talking gibberish for so long. Yeah, apologize for these random videos that has nothing to do about gardening. If you enjoy this video, or if you enjoy my channel, please do click like and subscribe. That will help me a lot. I am still a pretty new channel. I'm still trying to figure out what, you know, my kind of style, if you can say that, of shooting. And I'm still learning about editing and not to be so awkward, because that's really hard to do. So yeah, click like and subscribe. That will help my channel a lot. Also, if you are interested in supporting this channel, do check out my Buy Me a Coffee page in the link below. I do a daily update of the garden, so you can see, you know, you can just follow the garden and all the vegetables, whereas the videos I only do once a week. Also, there is 2 different membership that you can join, so do go and check it out if you're interested, and I will be really appreciated if you do support this channel. That will help a lot. And also, I have created some merchandise that you might be interested. Right now my channel is not at the level where I can put it link it to my YouTube channel, but there is a link in the description below that goes to my merchandise shop, so do go and check it out. Otherwise, yeah, before we end this video, let me just quickly show you the roses, because they are amazing. Right, let me just show you this. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, they don't look the best now because it's been raining for so long, but they are stunning. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.